Maine, the latest state that's looking at abolishing its state income tax. Travis Brown is here. He's the president of Let Voters Decide. All right, Travis, I'm standing up next to a graphics board here. Okay, there is the state of Maine. They are proposing to get rid of their income tax. Now, why are they doing that?
Well, they're looking at this past performance. While the IRS leaders may be quiet in Washington, D.C., the IRS taxpayer data speaks volumes within the states. We see that in New England...
The red lines are money flowing out of Maine, and you say it's because they've got an income tax.
What we see for every person that may be coming up from Massachusetts, where there's a higher tax burden, coming to Maine, we see another taxpayer leaving Maine on the coast, going to places like Florida, places like Las Vegas.
Okay.
Dramatic differences over time, and this is what Governor LePage is trying to do. He's trying to rebuild his path to prosperity by being more like New Hampshire and less like Massachusetts.
You obviously support that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Which states do not, at this moment, have a state income tax?
Well, you had Dr. Laffer, who moved recently from California to Tennessee. Tennessee is a state doing very well in the middle of the country. No petroleum, no shale going on. You have states like Texas just dominating our economic performance of the day. And then you have states of very different climates that are not part of the Sun Belt economy, like Washington State, doing well with nearly $10 billion.
No income tax there.
Zero income tax, zero price on work.
And these green arrows show money flowing in there. People and money flowing in there.
Tech companies from Silicon Valley choosing Washington State, where the price of work is much lower, much more favorable. Places like Wyoming, in the middle of America, gaining billions. Places like South Dakota, where there's no personal income tax as well, showing a gain when others are showing a loss within the Midwest. And we're seeing new states like Kansas embarking on real tax reform. States like Oklahoma trying to keep up and compete with states like Texas.
Now, when you add it all up, the states which propose to abolish their state income tax and the states which already have no income tax, are we talking about, what, a dozen states, 15? If they all get rid of the income tax, something like that?
There's a record number of governors and leaders in state capitals considering a variety of state tax reforms now. You're talking about maybe a third of America's population covered within the states.
Wait a second. A third of America's population?
That's right.
May, in the very near future, have no state income tax levied on them.
Depending on the populations of the growth states, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing states like Indiana cutting taxes in the middle of America. States like Maine trying to be more like New Hampshire.
And you're telling me that they all are doing better than those states with a high rate of income tax in their states? All of them.
We're seeing, based on IRS data in the past 15 years, the states with no income tax collectively adding to their rolls $146 billion, while also the reverse is true. Taxpayers are fleeing high-tax states. States with the highest personal income tax rate are losing, the 9 states of the highest rate, losing over $100 billion.
Yeah, I work in New York and I live in New Jersey. Perhaps you could come and visit. Travis Brown, everybody. Thank you very much indeed, sir.